Well, look, it is 7:30 and I want to get started because I always like to get you out early and let you recapture some time. Um, so thank you all for being on the call this morning. I'm going to pull up our agenda and we have our special guest, Kirsten Turple, with us this morning, who can't wait to talk to us about Race for Rotary. So give me a second here. Can everyone see that?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but it's not open all the way. So you see, you only
Yeah,
see
we're
a
not seeing the
small.
presentation mode. We're just seeing the your screen of PowerPoint.
Oh, okay. Um, is everybody okay with that?
Pretty hard to read.
It is. Okay. Well, let me see. Display settings, swap presenter view and slideshow. How about that?
There we go.
Better.
That
There we
looks
go.
good.
Look at that. I'm learning as I go
Oh,
here.
you are a tech genius.
That's much of an overstatement as you can possibly have. But anyway, all right. So let's get started. So the agenda that I sent out real quick, we'll do some intros. I have some updates for you. We'll take some quick questions about the walk, and then we'll have our presentation from Kirsten. Then we'll talk about some next steps and adjournment. So if we could just go around quickly and everybody introduce themselves. Um, get the right view here.
Yeah, because the everybody may have the people in a different order. It's probably better if you
Yep.
say introduce a person and then let them speak.
Yep. Paul, go ahead.
Paul Keenan from Rotary Club of Glen Ellen.
And district.
Oh, this is multi-district, 6440.
Yeah, so please state your district when you go. Jack?
The district governor-elect for District 5930, which is South Texas.
Great. Um, Kirsten, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. I'm Kirsten Turple. I'm the donor engagement supervisor, so I'm with Rotary headquarters based in Evanston.
Excellent. Rob?
I'm Rob Bassett, Rotary Club of Mitchell Field in 6270, the district Polio Plus coordinator.
Great. Lyle?
Lyle Staub, I'm the foundation chair for Rotary District 6440 here in Rick's district, north of Chicago.
Great. And my good friend Randy?
I'm Randy Winter, District Governor-elect and Polio Plus Chair for District 6220, which is not on your list of 14 districts confirmed, Rick. And we've
Wait
been
till I put
confirmed
up
for a
that
long
slide.
time.
I will. You should be on air. Okay.
Yes, no problem.
All right. So I owe you again. All right. Greg?
Yeah, Greg Pierce. Whoa, I don't know what that is. From Batavia, District 6440.
Thank you. Russell?
Russell and Tammy Sander. We are district with the Rotary Club of Marble Falls in District 5870 and are the Polio Plus uh, committee chairs for next year.
Excellent. Laura?
My name is Laura Kahn, Princeton Rotary Club in 6420.
Excellent. Lucy?
Hi, good morning. Lucy Cadenas with the Rotary Club of Harlingen, Texas, and District 5930. I am the district polio chair.
Excellent. Kathy?
Good morning. I am Kathy Reinhold. I'm the District 6250 Polio Plus Committee Chair, and I'm in the Holman Area Rotary Club.
Okay, thank you. Karen?
Hi, Karen Hutchings, Huntley, Illinois, District 6440. And I'm just
Harsha.
coming to
Oh,
hear.
pardon me, Karen?
I'm not in charge of, but I'm just coming to enjoy.
Well, 7:30 in the morning. I hope I can provide entertainment for you.
And I hope
Harsha.
there's my video. It's circled, but it's not showing. I don't know what I did to turn off my video.
Hmm. All right.
At the
Harsha, go
bottom
ahead.
of the screen, it has both on.
Okay.
But you don't need to see me in the morning anyhow.
Oh.
All right, good morning. This is Harsha Madani. I'm from Ellen Noon Rotary Club and incoming District 5810 Polio Plus Chair.
Excellent. Santosh.
Hey, morning. Yep, it's Santosh. Getting ready to turn on my video. In my club is Buffalo Grove here in Illinois. The committee is formed by Martha Weiss and another person, so I'm just here to support her.
Okay. And Greg. Greg, are you here? You are.
Are you talking Greg Pierce?
Greg Pierce, yes.
Yes, Batavia 6440.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, everyone. So let's move on here and just talk about a few things quick so we can get into our presenter. So how are we doing so far? And I do have 6420 there, Randy. We have 14 districts confirmed. I'm not going to read them all. So we're making progress, and we have two in the works currently, 5970 and 5680. They're just working on finalizing their district champions. So that'll bring us to 16. We have 23 districts, so we have a little work to go to get everybody on board, but we're making good progress. Of the 14 districts registered, 13 are planning to do a fundraiser. We're going to talk about that shortly. So more to come, so that's good news. And all confirmed districts have indicated that they've named their district champions. So in terms of infrastructure, that's great. We got a lot of the parts in place. So, the next steps will be our plans. And we'll talk about that here in a couple minutes. So I just wanted to give you a quick update. A couple folks have mentioned this to me. What does this look like, from a big picture? And again, this is a plan. This is not finalized. But we hope to officially kick this off from Rotary headquarters or somewhere in that general area. I was speaking with Jennifer Jones last night, and she's going to help with that. So more to come, but that's the tentative plan. And we're also working, Lyle Staub is helping with this, to have someone from the Blaine Foundation serve as the honorary walk marshal. And for those of you who are wondering, the Blaine Foundation, so I believe Jack and Lyle, please add in, originally brought Bill Gates Sr. Into the fold to talk about supporting polio, and has been actively involved for a very long time in terms of our district. 6440 has been very engaged in supporting polio. And Lyle, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, Jack was a district governor. He had been impacted severely by a polio outbreak at Boy Scout camp when he was in the 1930s. So when Rotary decided that they were going to take on the polio campaign, he volunteered very quickly, and he was one of the co-chairs of the original fundraising campaign in the 1980s. A little after that, at a district conference here in 6440, at which Bill Gates Sr. was invited, they sat together, and Jack planted the seed on the match. And that's how the match from the Gates Foundation came about. So Jack unfortunately passed away a number of years ago, but his family has continued to be very supportive of polio and has made $100,000 donations the last 7 years to the campaign.
Excellent, thank you. So obviously, a great representative to be our honorary walk marshal. So that's in the works. Um, we're going to start planting the seeds soon with Chicago media, but we want to have some more information. I'd like to have all of our districts confirmed. Want to talk about a fundraising goal, not necessarily needing to be reached, but a goal. So we have something to talk about and start planting that seed. And the same way for all of you in your media markets to be talking, about that. And then we hope to do a 1 mile walk. Again, you don't have to do a 1 mile. You can, whatever you do it, important thing to start at 10 a.m. And hopefully to include some RI leadership in that. So that's what we're doing in terms of the home base kickoff for the walk. All right. So some things to be working on now. We're about 6 months. We're going to be about 6 months out soon. This is coming up quick, and before you know it, it'll be here. But what I'd like to encourage is our district champions now to really be focusing on building the participation of clubs in your district and identifying club leads. Ideally, the way this call was set up was that all the district champions would be on a call and give an update on their districts. We have 13 clubs involved. We hope to raise X amount of dollars. And we're evolving, to that. But that's where I really need your help. If you're a district champion, really start to get the words out to your clubs and identifying club leads. So that's number one. And we're going to talk about this next month. So be working on this now. Where will your event course be? And the related logistics. If you've not started to do that, you should be. These things don't happen overnight. Who are you inviting to join? Are you partnering with other clubs? I was talking to a president-elect of the Evanston Club, and we have 3 clubs in Evanston, and I encouraged all 3 of them to work together on their walk. So you can partner with clubs, but then who else in your community are you thinking about? Who are you going to consider to be your honorary marshal for your event or lead your walk or whatever it is that you're planning to do? What other organizations do you feel would align with a mission like this that you should be talking to? All of that should be in the works right now. I mentioned about connecting with the media and planting those seeds. They're very busy. They have a schedule. If you let them know tentative plans for October 24th. And then what is your communication strategy? What are you doing through your social media? What are your plans for physical signage? Everybody, will be using the official logo. Are you planning on providing swag, whether it be hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, fanny packs, whatever it is, those are things that you should be working on now as part of your overall communication plan. And then this next item, I just want to pause on, for a second, to be planning for your fundraising. So again, I said all but one district has indicated they're going to do a fundraiser. If you recall from the beginning, we said this is not required. It is optional, but if we're going to bring so many people together, why not do a fundraiser? I would like everyone to be thinking about your goal. And next month, would like to get a tentative goal of what your district plans to do. So for district champions, that would be talking to clubs in your district, getting a sense of what their plans are. So by next month, at the 6-month mark, I would like to say, I'm going to try to get the other districts on board. We have 23 districts on board, and we have a collective goal to raise X amount of dollars. That'll be the initial message that we'll be getting out to media individuals. So please give that some thought. Not want to make it a lot of pressure, but it would be helpful if we could have something like that in place. All right. All right. So questions about any of that?
I placed him in the chat, sir.
Pardon me?
I have
In the
placed
chat.
the chat, but I can say it out loud if that's your preference.
Well, you know what? Let me. Um,
I don't mind. How does one identify as a club lead, and to whom do we make the identification to?
Yep. So similar to what we continue to work towards is to get an action plan champion, excuse me, in clubs, someone who ideally has an interest in polio, has been supportive of polio.
Right. But then, okay, let's say someone's identified, then whom do they tell that they're the lead then?
So in 6440, that would be Lyle.
Okay. All right. That's my answer.
Yep.
I see you listed and we'll be in touch,
Okay.
Suzanne.
Are you providing support material so we have a unified approach to the communication? Or are we all making up our own communications? Is there a hub at our district that we say, okay, we're the polio champion?
Suzanne, I'm going to be holding a meeting or sending out an invitation for a meeting here in our district. I know for our people that have identified and for some others interested, and we'll cover that data specifically. Yeah, my intention is yes to have a hub for that.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Count on my support.
Other questions? All right. Well, at this point in time now, I would like to
Actually, there
introduce.
is one in the chat, and it's a very good question by Greg.
Go ahead, Greg.
I'll read it for you, Greg. If we already have an annual polio event planned, would the goal for the event be included in our polio walk goal?
So one of the things that we don't want to encourage is just shifting your traditional polio funding and just move it into the walk. The idea is to you raise some new funds, for this. Some clubs are already doing polio events in some of our other districts. Talking about, well, do we continue that or do we, come into this event on October 24th? So that's still in the process of conversation, but ideally is to raise funds specifically for this event. Now, I will go further and say, and I don't want to take any thunder away from Kirsten, but partners can be funders for this as well. And Kirsten will talk about how they can support clubs through Raise for Rotary. So this is really an opportunity to bring new people into the fold because the overall goal is to raise awareness about polio and the work that we've done in Rotary. And not just to work with local clubs, but really to be reaching out into the community and identifying partners. So that's what we're trying to do. Is that helpful, Sam?
Greg.
Yes, thank you.
Or Greg?
Next question.
Okay. Any others? All right. Well, at this point in time, I would like to turn it over to Kirsten, who's going to talk to us about Race for Rotary and then answer your questions. Kirsten, go ahead.
Hello, yes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here to talk about your world's largest polio walk and how Race for Rotary might be able to help you with your fundraising goals.
Rick, are you recording this? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure. So Raise for Rotary is the Rotary Foundation's peer-to-peer fundraising site. It was launched in August of 2020, and since then we've had over 3,800 fundraising events that have raised over $3.2 million for foundation causes. And the next, I think, if you used all the slides I have.
Yeah.
So that's that one. There's one more. So this one is really important. So As you can see, the most popular cause to fundraise for is Polio Plus, which accounts for over 85% of funds raised on the platform. You can see some different things, disaster response, but Polio Plus is by far the largest with 2.8 million raised on the platform. And I also want to note, because although the site was built for donations directly on the site via credit card, debit card, etc., we also do accept check contributions, which I know are very popular among friends or with clubs. So, and this shows 80%, so that's in terms of count, but actually in terms of dollar amount, it's closer to 30% of lockbox contributions actually come in for Raise for Rotary. So there are instructions on the webpage, and I can always share those because I know some people really prefer to give via check. So that is also an option. Just wanted to note that. And
Should I
then,
go on? Next
yes,
slide.
please. Next slide. So essentially, this is kind of how it works. How can I use peer-to-peer fundraising to support the Rotary Foundation? You can use Raise for Rotary. It is our official platform for the Rotary Foundation. And here are some benefits. First, you can fundraise for the cause you care about. In this case, Polio Plus. As you saw, it's the most popular cause to fundraise for. You can also, as Rick noted, help raise awareness of the Rotary Foundation and our causes. All donors will receive applicable credit, so Rotary Foundation credit and recognition. So to do that, you would just input your Rotary business email, for example, the email you use to log into My Rotary. And fundraisers also receive club credit for non-member donations. So if you want to ask a friend or partner, colleague to contribute, as long as you input your club ID when you're setting up your page, your club will then receive credit for that contribution rather than the default Rotary HQ. And of course, it will also filter up into your district as well. And for the currencies, if you have people from other countries, they can also contribute, but that's probably less relevant here. So yeah, I just wanted to give a brief overview. It's really simple, easy platform to use, and it's been very successful for almost 6 years now. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I have a
Kristen, I
question.
think it'd be useful for those that have never been on Raise for Rotary. I wonder if we might even be able to bring it up and walk people through how to register.
Sure. I can also show if I can. Is that okay if I share?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rick, this is Randy. Is the intent that you will have one Raise for Rotary that everybody else, everyone that's doing a fundraiser contributes to, or are you encouraging every club to do their own for this event?
More of the second, and maybe Kirsten can speak to that because one of my questions was going to be, as I was thinking about how we could collect this information, let's say all 23 districts, right, are on board. If clubs could be identified within a district Raise for Rotary site or not, or does every club need to set up their own? So I'll kind of actually pass that on to you, Kirsten, to address.
Sure. So it really varies. Sometimes there are clubs that have their own page and then individual members will join. Sometimes it's a zone or a district. In this case, it is a specific challenge started by a district, well, Nancy Barbie, and then different clubs join. So typically they will have a representative, oftentimes the club president or maybe the foundation chair, depending, and they'll join and have their own member club here. And so you'll have this fundraising total that filters up from all the funds raised from each individual page. But you can also go and visit Jerry's page. People can contribute directly to that. So this one's ended, but that's kind of how it works. And you can provide updates and do all kinds of things. Let me see. This one is an individual fundraiser. So he's just doing it on his own. so that he doesn't have a team. This one, similarly, I don't know. He's been traveling all over and visiting lots of clubs, so I don't know if any of you are familiar with this one, but Lee Harmon and Winston Conyers are raising a lot of funds for polio. So it really varies what you can do, but a lot of people do this, where it'll be a district or a zone, and you'll either have sub club pages or sub district pages if it's a zone page.
So I think
Kristen,
Randy,
oh, sorry. I have a question.
yeah,
Sure.
go ahead.
So I've used this in the past and some of it's easy and some of it's a little clunky. For
Mhm.
instance, the end date, like you just went on that one that ended. That might have
Yeah.
been because someone put the wrong date or wasn't sure how to put the date in. And I've had that happen. Is
Mhm.
there any kind of like step-by-step instructions available, or is it just on the website?
We do have things that we provide. So we provide a toolkit, and then if people reach out to our raise@rotary.org email, we provide instructions, and we're also always available. So if something ends like this one, no, this one, I could go in and restart it, mark it as active, and extend the fundraiser. They would just have to reach out to us about that. But the fundraiser themselves always does have access to that through the edit option. And we do have, when you first log in, there are videos, but I know a lot of people miss those and then you kind of don't get them again. But yeah, we're always available to help at raise@rotary.org. We get back to people pretty quickly and can always restart pages if they end.
What is the toolkit? Is that something like, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so when people first start their fundraising pages, we send out this email. Let me see if I can access it right now. Let's see. Just trying to move some things around. So we send out this email. I don't know if people have seen it before, but it includes things. It has an intro saying, thank you for fundraising. Here's what you're fundraising for. And then it includes things like fundraising tips. For example, don't be the first donor, personalize your email, reach out to people, use our social media because you can share on Facebook, via email, if you have a Twitter or X account, share with your close contacts, continue to give people updates. You saw that update feature on the page. So we send, some tips for people. We also have this like a example email that you could start sending. you know, I'm fundraising for this. Here's the amount I'm trying to raise, the deadline, and then personalize it with why you're fundraising. It's the world's largest polio walk. I'm really hoping to raise money to help fight polio. We also have our document here with quite a few pages. I think it's 4 pages now. And it's just, how does it work? It talks about that donor credit piece. I know people really care about. Also how to give if you have issues, because you can't give right now as a club. You'd have to be the club office, unless you want to give by check. You'd have to do that on My Rotary, and we have an offline contribution option. So, but then in terms of those, how to edit and things like that, we do have videos that we can provide on request. It's just that they used to be on the website and people were not using them, so we actually took them off because they got a
Is,
little outdated with some updates. But
is the FAQ on the website?
we send it via email and it's on Rotary. It's not on the Raise for Rotary website because it doesn't accept documents like this. Currently on the site, it's just a few main FAQs. Like this is the home page for the site. And you can find fundraisers. But currently, like the FAQ that we have currently is just very short because that's what the site allowed us to do. It doesn't allow us to link to external documents essentially. So really I would advise people to really lean on raise@rotary.org for any questions, any resources. There's a lot we can do from the admin side, and there's a lot more that we can provide that is not available directly on the website.
Kirsten, could you share that 4-page document, then I can send it to everybody?
The FAQ, yes, I will share that with you. And I can share the whole toolkit just so everybody has it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the email. It's really, yeah, I think the most successful fundraisers really reach out to our raise@rotary.org. And because I know it's a new site, it can be difficult to really learn quickly, and there's a lot of changes happening all the time. So I think we have a question from Rob.
I do not so much a question, but a user comment.
Okay.
Kirsten said that they will get right back to you. We have done in our district maybe 4 or 5, one each year, and I've had questions all the time, and she has responded wonderfully. And and very helpful. You're right, Kathy. It's not really user friendly to get set up, but after you've done it about 4 times, you'll figure it out.
Thank
Kirsten,
you.
I think we are going to see offline requests. Can we just get cash? Can we do something else where people are not going to want to go through the Raise for Rotary site? And I know you and I have been in communications. There's going to be made available to us a form that can be used to actually send those funds in to get credited on the Raise for Rotary accumulated number.
Right. Yes, sorry, of course now you saw it initially and then it broke down. Um, so we send out, also included in that toolkit, if you're a US or Canadian fundraiser, is this. So this is kind of some instructions to contribute by check. So we fill this part out for you because the fundraiser page ID is unique, and that's how we link it in our financial system. But this has instructions, this is for if it's a club, etc., or an individual. And then we say, this is where you send it. There are also these instructions on each. It can be a little difficult to find. This is the best we could do for this. But down here, donating by check, and this personalizes it for you as well. So this one pulled that fundraiser ID, who the fundraiser is, and it shows you where to mail that contribution. So that's all available. And I've also noticed, just for a little insider intel, that if someone sends to it, they don't include all this information. If they include the term Raise for Rotary or World Largest Polio Walk, the people processing the checks are very good at their job, and they typically are very good at sending and being like, can you help identify this? And then the fundraiser does have to manually input it. So some of these, because our system only works one way essentially, where it can be recorded in the back end and count towards recognition and everything like that, but the fundraiser has to input it manually. And it's a really easy process where you just add that offline donation. We have an instruction sheet on how to do that. I think it's 3 steps, one of which is logging in. So
This is especially helpful when you find somebody in the senior quality that's got IRA money, and you can get a check from their IRA through, and that you just have to donate or have to fill in the numbers.
right. And offline, we typically, that's kind of used for checks for the most part, but we also count that as if someone finds it easier to donate through My Rotary, if they wire some funds from a DAF account or their IRA, things like that. So it's pretty all encompassing for offline donations.
Kirsten, if a club sets up a page, let's say, or a district would set up a page, and then under that, clubs could set up pages, and then individual donors are contributing to that club page. If they're using their official Rotary email, that'll be picked up for credit to the foundation?
Yes. So let's say you are a member of this Rotary Club of Manassas and you just decide that you want to contribute to the Rotary Club of Jones County. It will show up on the Rotary Club of Jones County's page as a donation, but you, as a member of Rotary Club of Manassas, will still be credited individually as well as at your club and district level. So it's linked to your record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the most important part is, yeah, including your Rotary business email. Some people have 5 emails, and if you use any one of those, it should link. Some people just have the one, and that's perfect.
Other questions for Kirsten? Okay.
Yeah, things will come up, of course, as you try to, you go on and you start setting it up, and it's all happening very fast because it is a quick process and it goes live, and then you share. But we're always available, raise@rotary.org. I'll send this toolkit, I'll send that email contact so you have it, and please reach out to us and use us as much as possible. We're here.
Great. All right. Well, thank you, Kirsten.
Sure.
Appreciate you making the time this morning to be on our call. And you can certainly move on now to whatever your day has planned for you, or hang on. We're about ready to wrap up. Let me get down here. I have to share again.
Yeah, I might just hang out because this is interesting for me. So,
Okay. Well, we're glad. We're glad to hear that it's interesting. Let's see. Go back to this. Share. Really get to slide that I want. Okay. All right. So again, just to summarize, next month will be 6 months out. So starting to feel, a little bit of that short time. But what I'd like to do next month is to have each district give an update on the following things. Where are you at with your course? Um, your location? How are you doing on partner progress? Have you reached out to any of your media contacts? And that can be obviously not just, it can be print media, whoever it is that you're reaching out to on your websites, etc. Um, where are you at in promotion? And the reason I'm asking that, as far as swag goes, if there's several of you that are planning on doing shirts or hats or whatever, maybe there's a cooperative effort that you can leverage for a better price. And I know everybody works with their local folks, but I just put it out there. And then to at least be prepared to share a tentative fundraising goal. Again, not being held to that, but just to give us a sense of what we're looking at 6 months out. So that'll be the plan for next month. I'll just have each district champion will go around to give a brief update. Are there any questions on that?
Rick, are you going to be looking for that from just the districts? I think it might be too much detail if we're also asking any club participants to share that same information.
Just district champions. So Lyle obviously talking to the folks in 6440, the clubs have expressed an interest, etc. Ideally, as we get closer to this, obviously there should be a lot more clubs involved, but we really want to keep the calls ideally to the district champions, if anything, for the sake of time, to make sure that we get the call in. So yes. All right. Other questions? All right. Well, I think that about does it for today. My daughter made this, by the way. So
When is our next meeting?
same date at the second Thursday of each month at 7:30 a.m. It's the same every month. The second Thursday at 7:30, same link all the time.
That'll
It
be
will not change.
April 9th.
I thought I put it on the agenda that I sent out. I think I did for the next meeting. So that's it. Thank you everyone for your time this morning. I wish you the best of luck as you work on your plan. Again, now it's starting to work on our clubs within our districts. I'm trying to stop this, get down to the right thing. For whatever reason, it's not there. I can end that. There we go. Stop sharing. So that's it for today. Please feel free to reach out with any questions that you have. We'll share that document from Kirsten with everyone, so you have that information, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Bye
Okay,
now.
everyone.